All right, fellas, let's hop over into this prenup conversation. Prenups, divorce rates, and the fear of loss. Are prenups a necessity or a sign you don't trust your partner? What's your thoughts, fellas?
I think we got to put a number on, like, at what threshold of assets
Crazy.
or money is a prenup actually like worth the consideration? Like, I don't know if like, for example, if you work,
I think. Oh, go ahead. Keep on.
I don't know if the average, median African American male earner should like spend time worried about a prenup. Like, if we're looking at like the median earner asset class for black men.
I think it's just like simply what you have going into it. Like, if you have things, whether it's inheritances or assets in general, I think that would be a consideration for sure. But outside of that, I don't think like, walking into it outside of that, most people don't. And then even most people in general walking into a marriage don't have the assets that matter. Most people aren't walking into a marriage with houses, aren't walking in with like an inheritance that's, walking down a line that they know about and things like that. But for the people, no matter what your income is before then, I think that would be like the thing. Johnny?
I got a question. I don't know if I want to answer it, but I'm not married. Just as I know the chat, we got a few married people in the chat up here on the stage. Is a prenup something that niggas got? Is that like amongst like the guys that I know that I don't really ask people. I don't be like, hey, did you get a prenup? Like, I don't like when people get married. A question that I usually ask people, but is it something that like
I didn't have nothing when I got married. I didn't have nothing, so I didn't need a prenup. I was 26.
Yeah, I did.
You did get one?
You said what?
You did or did?
No, I said I did. Yeah.
Oh, Steve, I ain't know. What about you, Steve?
I ain't have to put on paper to give away.
Okay, I guess that's the answer. Like, the niggas who don't got them, they was like, we ain't had nothing. The nigga I know they got one. It was based off this quick sample size. It was like, yeah, you had a little couple quarters. He was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so I think that like we both had things. We both had things that we were coming into beforehand. I mean, that we had coming into beforehand, that because of like neither one of us was thirsty, it was never like an issue of a conversation. And so like all the shit that went down with, like, it wasn't like a hard conversation or anything like that. It was, just like the basic regular conversation. Well, I don't know if it's regular because a lot of people just don't do it per se. But because of neither one of us was looking to come up off the other person, it made it really easy. That what you had beforehand is yours, and what you accrue together, we accrue together, and we, break that down. Like, just really simple. Like the paperwork is a little different than that, but like that's the basic understanding of what everything is.
Oh no, because I ain't know. Yeah, I guess it's not something people really talk about.
It's a sensitive, or it can be a very sensitive topic. Like, it's not. Every couple not gonna have a smooth conversation about a prenup. Like, it's not. Right. It's not gonna be.
To me, like that. Like, to me, that would be a red flag, in my opinion. If we can't have like a regular conversation about it, then I will become weary.
Sure. Yeah. If you can't communicate, that's a red flag.
I agree with that because, like, if I'm thinking about, like, hey, shorty, I with you. This might be. I might go tell them people I with you. Might go down and, put some suits on and do it. And then, but you got your over there. I got my trying to take this, and then somebody say, "Oh, whoop." I can definitely see that giving me pause. As far as like, ooh, why would I want to, move forward with this relationship and we hitting the hurdle with the prenup? So, I guess, is there any advice for bringing up that conversation, or like how would we?
You better start having it before you even start thinking about like asking for marriage. Like, you wouldn't even get engaged if this conversation is not even broached a bit. I would imagine. Like, you don't get engaged and then start talking about the prenup.
Right, but then again, like, the question would be, do you have things that it makes sense to have had a conversation with first? But if not even, like, it becomes like a pointless conversation. I mean, unless we, but again, like,
I'm assuming you have the
I still think that it makes a lot of sense. Like, if you know you're about to come into, like, my family is well established with this amount of land, XYZ, and I love for us to be together forever. But if not, understand that this is something that's tied to my name, and you know what I mean, like they're just kind of one of those is what it is scenarios. I think that that's a fair conversation to have, in my opinion.
No, I would think so.
Steve,
Yo, what's up?
oh, I was just seeing if you had commentary for it.
I mean, I agree. I think you should be able to discuss it, but I think obviously kind of display at a very, micro level. Most people don't really have nothing to where they even think about, I need to be thinking about a prenup, right? I think that's really more of what's going on than people don't really care about it or do they support it or not. I just think, if we speaking particularly to like black folk, they not typically coming from those type of established, familial situations where prenups is something common that people, talking about or discussing or whatever. Now in today's time is like my age. Like if I was getting married at like 32, I definitely do think if I got married at 32, that would be something, a topic I will be more likely to like broach with whoever I'm getting married.
Yeah, and so like I got married at like 36, 36. So like it becomes a different conversation.
And like but you also have like, things that outside of that, you got other responsibilities too that was here before that too. So it's like I can get that, like how you said, but if you got a prenup over like I don't know basically like the issue with prenups is that most times they get thrown out because niggas end up cheating, and then because they cheat, it voids the prenup, or that's like
right. But that becomes like, but you understand that even inside writing a prenup, you can make that a clause and not make it a clause.
Exactly.
Like
You gotta have it iron tight. You just gotta have it iron tight.
It's not even iron tight. Like y'all sit down and y'all like if like it's like a literal form that runs down a bunch of these itemized things, and that's a choice that you can make on there. Whether infidelity would be cause for it to be voided or not.
Yeah.